Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be talking about the all-new BMW XM. Before we get into this video though, as always, if you're going to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Let's talk about this all-new BMW XM. So first off, if you guys are wondering in terms of where this is going to sit within BMW's lineup, it is basically going to sit between the X6 and the X7. Now the reason that I say that is because from a size perspective, it's bigger than the X5 and the X6, but it's not quite as big as the X7, and it's only a 2-row SUV. It's not a 3-row SUV like the X7. And so it seems like BMW is kind of copying Audi, because Audi has the Q7, which is their 3-row SUV, and then they have the Q8, which is their cool sporty 2-row SUV, and this BMW's cool sporty 2-row SUV. So they actually could have called it the X8, but then that would have like really given it away, like in terms of them copying Audi. But this vehicle is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So twin turbo 4.4 liter V8 paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. That's not too crazy, right? You can get that in a bunch of different BMWs today, but this is also going to have a 25.7 kilowatt hour battery pack paired to that powertrain. So total system output is going to be 644 horsepower and then 590 pound-feet of torque with 30 miles of electric driving range. Now there is also going to be a label red version released at a later date that'll have 735 horsepower and then 735 pound-feet of torque, which is just absolutely crazy. I mean, I thought that stuff like the Hellcat Durango is crazy, but now we've got, you know, BMWs that have as much, well actually more horsepower than Hellcat Durangos. Now this is going to come at a pretty substantial cost from a weight perspective, but then also from a money perspective. We'll get into the money later, but with the weight, 6,062 pounds is what this thing is going to weigh. Now, from a stylistic perspective, and you guys can probably see what the image is here, it looks pretty similar to the X7. They have changed quite a few things, but it, you know, copies the split headlight design, which some people like it, some people don't like it, but it looks like this is the future for BMW. But overall proportions, it looks like it's gonna be pretty similar to the X7 again, but slightly smaller in terms of the overall length to help out with the sportiness and to keep the weight down, because, you know, 6,000 pounds already. From an interior perspective, it's basically BMW's modern interior, but it also has some pretty interesting elements thrown at it. Like you guys can see with the leather, they kind of make it look like it's old, which is kind of interesting, but it's something that BMW is trying out. And you know what? I think that it's definitely worth a shot. But overall, really nice interior. And something I do want to like really emphasize in this video is BMW's interiors in general have like improved such a massive amount. I remember like 10 years ago, you get into a BMW and it just felt cheap, frankly, right? It had leather and all that kind of stuff, but it just didn't feel like the nicest interior. Whereas now, the interior quality is amazing. Like it's as nice as Mercedes, for example. It definitely is up there. Some other stuff, it's gonna have adaptive dampers, 23-inch wheels are gonna be standard. I feel like every single luxury automaker is doing 23-inch wheels. Range Rover, right? 23-inch wheels, now BMW. Apparently, you can option out 22s if the 23s are a little bit too much for you. But what BMW is emphasizing with this new SUV is they are emphasizing sporty driving. They want this to compete with stuff like the Lamborghini Urus and the Aston Martin DBX. It will also compete with stuff like the Mercedes GL63, the Audi RS Q8 that are actually going to be closer to its price range, and frankly also the full-size Range Rover as well, and then the Range Rover Sport. But they're shooting for, you know, the big dogs in terms of the performance and the driving characteristics, which is pretty interesting because, again, big heavy SUV with a hybrid component, whereas if you look at the Lamborghini Urus, for example, that just has a twin turbo V8, no hybrid component, well, at least at this point. Now from a pricing perspective, this is where things are pretty crazy. So starting price, $159,995, because they can't do $160,000. And then if you want the crazy, you know, 700 horsepower version, that's going to start at over $185,000 from a price perspective. And so after you add in options and all that kind of stuff, who knows? Now I'm hoping that it comes like standard, like fully loaded. Again, considering the price point, I think that that is somewhat safe to assume. But if that's not the case, I mean, we're looking at a $200,000 BMW easily. And that is, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, has there ever been a BMW? Maybe like the i8. I think the i8 might have gotten up to that point. But besides that, I can't think of any other BMW that's really gotten this expensive. But it really shows the market that BMW is shooting for. They're really trying to, change their image from being the kind of like sporty budget German luxury brand to like a full-on German luxury brand like Mercedes. They're kind of trying to get up there, which I think it definitely worth it. So overall, I'm really excited about this, and I will be reviewing one of these at the BMW of Pleasant Grove. So if you're not subscribed to the main channel, I recommend subscribing there. And also, if you want to see more videos like this on this channel, then I'd also recommend subscribing here as well, because I post videos every single day. But yeah, I think it looks interesting. Let me know what you guys think about the styling. Let me know what you guys think about the performance and also the hybrid component. Would you rather BMW just release this without a hybrid powertrain, or do you like the fact that they have the hybrid component? I think it's definitely cool. I'm all about it because, again, plug-in hybrids, I think those are the future. Not EVs, but plug-in hybrids. Anyways, I'll see you.